Welcome back to the Pennsylvania Railroad Middle Division. Today we're going to talk about RPM meets. Why RPM meets? Because a lot of people don't know what an RPM meet is. RPM stands for Railroad Prototype Modelers. And these are get-togethers that are held all across the country, most of them every single year. They're very inexpensive, but they bring together modelers of all skill levels to share information and techniques and have fellowship. That's what model railroading is all about, right? Fellowship, fellowship, fellowship. Got that from Lionel Strang. So, I just got back from attending the MARPM, the Mid-Atlantic Railroad Prototype Modelers Meet just outside of Baltimore. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that as an example and what you can expect at other meets, as well as provide a calendar at the end of the video for various meets that are held across the country. These are very inexpensive. Admission is normally like $25 to $50 over the course of typically 3 days. And there's clinics that are usually 45 to 60 minutes in length, and they're held all day long. Sometimes the meets have multiple tracks, so you get to pick from which session to go to at various times. And sometimes the sessions are repeated so that you can mix and match to make sure that you can get into all of them. Usually they're based in a hotel with a conference space, and you can stay right there if you want. But like I said, they're very inexpensive and typically 3 days. Usually there's clinics over 2 days and then 1 day for layout tours or operating sessions. And again, this is for people of all skill levels. The masters are there and they share their information. The beginners are there to suck that information up, and everybody just has a really good time. So let's take a look. The recent Mid-Atlantic RPM event started on a Thursday night with one operating session. Here they are on Bernie Kempinski's layout. On Friday, there were 17 layouts open for visitation. Visitors would probably take something away from each one. At the first one I visited, I learned a new way to make tracks embedded in concrete streets, and also hidden control panels in a barge on a canal. Another layout hit close to home with a model of the American Viscose plant at Front Royal, Virginia, since I'm modeling the American Viscose plant at Lewistown, Pennsylvania. Another layout featured stellar examples of blending foreground roads into backdrops. This is fantastic work. Saturday morning, the registration desk was busy with people checking in, and then the clinics began with 3 tracks running concurrently all day Saturday and Sunday. The main ballroom was used for displays of models, vendors, and a raffle where over $3,000 worth of product was given away. Eric Hansman maintains an RPM event calendar which is updated regularly and includes listings all across the country and the dates and where they're being located. If you've never been to an RPM, take a look. If there's one near you, I highly encourage you visit. The URL for his site is shown on screen.